What's going on, fellow Illuminators? Well, back in. I'm Lorcana Thanos, the Mad Titan of the Illuminary. Azurite Sea is just around the corner, so I want to start with doing some thematic decks here on the channel now that we have the set fast approaching. And today we are doing one that I've been super excited to do ever since this was announced that it was coming into the game. We are doing Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Let's go. Alright, so here we are on Dreamborn.inc going over our Chippendale Rescue Rangers thematic deck profile. So it is Amber and Sapphire, 60 cards. Don't worry about the pricing too much. That is just like obviously pre-release, like pre-order type pricing. It's speculated at 150. That'll probably go down once the set's out. We look at the inkable. It is 50 inkable and 10 non-inkable on the chart. Let's go ahead and check out that list. All right, so starting out, we have 32 characters. First off, 4 copies of Gadget, Perceptive Mouse. So it is a inkable, 2 costs. It's a 2/3 with a lore pip. Going on to the 3s, 3 copies of Chip, Friend Indeed is a 3/3 with 1 that says when you play this character, chosen character gets an additional lore pip this turn. So it's very similar, minus the bodyguard, to the Musketeer Donald that is in Amber as well. Just 2 copies of Chip, Friend in Need, who's a inkable 3/4 with 2 lore pips that says that he enters play exerted unless you have a character named Chip in play. You could up this to 3 if you wanted to, but I was trying to keep the count a little bit down because there are so many 3s and 4 drops in this deck. 3 copies of Gadget, Hackwrench, Creative Thinker. So we're starting to get into the item inventor aspect here. So she's a inkable 3 cost. That's a 1/4. Has 1 lore pip and says that whenever you play an item, this character gains an additional lore. So we'll get to the items we're running later. 2 copies of Zipper, Astute Decoy. So he's a inkable 3. That's a 2/2 with 2 lore pips and has ward. That says during your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, another chosen character gains a resist +1 until the start of your next turn. That's really solid and really powerful. 2 copies of Chip, Ranger Leader. He's an inkable 4. That's a 3/4 with 2 lore pips. That says, well, I have a character named Dale in play. This character gains support. So pretty decent, but not something I really want to go higher on. Then we have 2 copies of Dale, Mischievous Ranger. This card's really interesting. So he's a inkable 4 cost. That's a 3/4 with 1 lore pip. And he says that when you play this character, you may put the top 3 cards of your deck into your discard to give chosen character -2 strength until the start of your next turn. There's a card that's going to interact with this in a little bit that we're going to look at. But even for Trinnerbog based decks, I think this card has some fun potential. And it could, obviously, because we got to have him, 2 copies of Monterey Jack. He's a inkable 4 that's a 0/7 with 2 lore pips. So just a beefy boy, but we got to have everybody in the crew on board. Continuing on with our characters, 4 copies of Hiram because we're doing items and Hirams. 3 copies of Gadget, Brilliant Bassoon. So, of course, this is the Enchanted version, and as you can see here, I recently did a video where I ranked all the Enchanteds in Azurite Sea, and you can find that by clicking the card right above. But continuing on with the deck profile. So Gadget here is an inkable 6 cost. She's a 3/6, 3 lore pips. She ships for 4. And while you have 3 more items in play, you pay 1 less to play Inventor characters. Next, we have 2 copies of Chippendale Recovery Rangers, a non-inkable 8 cost. That is a 6/6, ships for 5, and has 3 lore pips. This card says that during your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, you may return a character card from your discard to your hand. So this card specifically is the one that I was talking about that pairs well with Dale, Mischievous Ranger. So you mill the top 3 of your deck, and then hopefully you can pick up a character back with this one. And then, of course, 3 copies of Tamatoa to round that out. So if we go down to our actions, we have 4, starting out with 2 copies of Visions of the Future, and then 2 copies of Rescue Rangers Away. So this card is an inkable 2 cost that says you count the number of characters that you have in play. Chosen character loses strength equal to that number until the start of your next turn. So I think it has some interesting applications. And of course, trying it out because this is a Rescue Ranger themed deck. Going into 10 songs, pretty standard stuff. 4 bare necessities, 2 one jump, 2 how far, and 2 let it go. And then for the items, pretty standard stuff here. 4 popsicle, 2 lantern, 4 fishbone, and then 2 dime. So nothing out of the ordinary. I thought about upping lantern to 3, not really 4, but obviously cost reduction for characters is always good. But 2 feels pretty fine actually. And it is the Rescue Ranger Submarine. It is a inkable 2 cost that has a 1 movement cost and 8 willpower. And it says that at the start of your turn, if you have a character here, you may put the top of card of your deck into your inkwell, face down, and exert it. So obviously it doesn't gain lore, but it does what Sapphire does best, and ramping. And there you have it. That is the list. And there you have it. That's going to do it for today's video. Be sure to let me know down below what you thought. And I would really appreciate it if you would give me one of these. It's super impactful in helping the YouTube algorithm help this video find other Lumineers like yourself. If you enjoyed the Lorcana content here on the channel and you want to see more, do me a massive favor and type and smash that subscribe button and click that bell so you get notified of when I upload new videos every Tuesday and Friday. As always, you can follow me on the artist, formerly known as Twitter, on X, at Lorcana. Thanks for watching, and I think you might enjoy these. So check out what else I have here on the channel, and remember, the hardest choices require the strongest wills. Bye!